Welcome, everybody. Ashraf, I don't know if we can hear you, unless you're not speaking, but welcome to the call, everyone.
Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right. Okay, guys. Right. So, hello, guys from different part of the world and traders. Good evening, good morning, and good evening. And just to give you a little bit background, guys, I'm traveling for my personal reason. And if there's any slow internet connection or something, so in advance, sorry for that. And then I will be reconnect again. Hopefully, should not be any problem. And if you hear the background noise, apologies for that. All right, so we are back to have MyQFX weekly webinar. Just to let you know, the people who are joining first time or watching in the YouTube first time, what is the MyQFX? MyQFX is a gateway for the practical force training and the real-time market analysis. It is a comprehensive forest training and a market analysis platform designed for both novice and experienced trader. So whether you are just trading, start trading journey, or a seasoned professional trader, MyQFX is the tool and insight need to succeed, which is I'm going to show you in real example very soon. Okay, so let's look at the another slide. Okay, just to give you homework disclaimer that I'm going to read just write down the I'm going to read down the last paragraph that I'm not affiliated with, nor do I represent any security broker, dealer, or investment company. I'm not licensed or qualified to provide investment advice. Any trading decision I share are for information purpose only and should not be taken as a financial or investment advice. It is important to verify all information independently, and any action you take based on that information are entirely your own responsibility. All right, just to give you a little bit background of this webinar, of course, I'm going to be covering the topic which you have received alert through WhatsApp. And apart from that, we're going to be carry on our, format of this webinar is going to be, we're going to be looking at the high impact news because these are the more important for us as being a professional trader to see what's happening in the fundamental point of view. And then we align those news fundamental events through live technical analysis and look for the high probability opportunities. And as always, at the end of my QFX analysis performance, I'm going to show you all the performance for today, how we analyze the market and, how the market is performed according to those analysis. So then you can get insight out of my QFX, the benefit, how you can take the maximum benefit. And of course, I'm going to be covering the topic which is mentioned that many traders struggle not because of the strategy, but because of the inconsistency, execution, planning, and discipline. In so all this information, I'm going to give it to you here as a being a professional trader. How we basically analyze the opportunities, how we build a system top of that system. So, for example, I'll give you an example here that MyQFX is the platform and is the system, but top of that, how you should be building your own system top of that, taking the maximum benefit of MyQFX platform. So this is what I'm going to share with you later on and after, at the end of the webinar, and then we will have a Q&A. Okay, so as you know that January is the last month, I'm giving this special offer, and I know some of the traders have joined this. So just stay tuned. I will send you the Zoom link very soon for one-to-one session. So in this package, what I'm offering here, just to give you a little bit more information, uh, if you open a QBN Global $1,000 of an account, you will have one-to-one Zoom session with me, and I will also give you training about the momentum strategy and the price action training. So that's basically, normally I charge quite a lot, but because of these, the special promotion, if you open $1,000 account, I'll give you one-to-one Zoom session. But if you open a $2,000 of an account, instead of one, I'll give you two sessions, Zoom one-to-one session. Each session is going to be 1 hour. In this session, I'm going to teach you about the advanced momentum strategy, and I'm going to show you advanced training of the price action, training, how the price moves and the price behavior structures, all that information I'm going to give it to you. And within this session, after this training, I will also share with you information how you should be trading this account and succeed successfully. So that's not about just training. It's also the part of the training that I will also give you information out how to manage the risk parameters for this specific account size, how to manage and how to trade successfully. Of course, third one is the pro. If you open at $3,000 of an account, I'm going to give you 3 one-to-one Zoom session. I'm going to cover all that, whatever is mentioned in entry and advanced. Top of that, I'm going to give you about business development training. Just to let you know, QBN Global, we have a feature which is called a PAM account. With this PAM account, you can trade your account successfully, which is a part of the training. I'm going to give it to you, and then basically you can develop your own trading a business. For example, if you're trading, let's suppose, this account, and if your performance is doing very well, so you have the opportunity to broadcast your results to other individual investors, so they can see your performance and they like your performance, and then they can follow you. In return, they will compensate you from their profit. So that's what exactly is going to be comprehensive training. I'll give it to you. So this option is only valid until January, guys. After January, this offer is not valid, right? So just to let you know, so take full advantage. And I've seen already some traders that have put some interest, so stay tuned. Okay. As you know, I'm still waiting for the response for the management. So MyQFX, still you have the opportunities to join. We are giving 3 options here to join the MyQFX platform. Now we are basically offering, if you open a Cuban Global account, $500 of an account, you will have all these features and you will get a 3 months free access of this platform. Keep in mind that the terms and conditions apply, which is basically you have to trade actively in the platform in order to get 3 months free access for, if you open a $500 of account. If you open up $1,000 of an account, of course, you will get a 12 months free access. You will get all that feature. Apart from that, you will also get a one-to-one session from me, which is basically I'm going to show you how you should be trading this account, right? So that's another extra benefit for you have it. Again, terms and condition apply. So you must be actively trading $1,000 of account in order to get the 12 months free access of MyQFX platform. Third one, if you want to open an account, just paying monthly $149, you will get all the features, but you will also get a funding opportunity. It means like if you're trading very well, and we can also, because MyQFX, we are planning to offer a funding program to the traders. Just keep in mind, and if you any other trader, any other member will have the facilities to basically apply for the funding account as long as their performance is doing very well, right? So we are in a phase that we're going to be offering, like other companies nowadays offering funding accounts. So we will be offering a funding account very soon. So stay tuned. A lot of things happening. We will give you exciting features. Then you should be able to join one of these programs and perform very well, and should be able to apply for the funding account. But here, if you open a fund $149 and you're trading performance very well, you would be able to get a funding account. So these are the possibilities. And let's get back to the news section. So let me open this news here. Okay, this is the news for this week. We have it because we look at, we plan things accordingly. But again, as mentioned to you, the dynamics of the whole economic, things are changing it. But my piece of advice to all of traders, of course, fundamental news, the data is very important. But the key important thing is simplicity. As always mentioned, sometimes news is good, the market is behaving it completely opposite. So in that scenario, as always mentioned to all of my trader, make things simple. Trade what you see it, not what you think. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it's very important. Lately, the data came differently and the market is behaving differently, right? So sometime, Trump says something, something happened, market different, behave differently. So nowadays the market is very volatile and, pay attention to detail. And as always mentioned, trade what you see it. I'm going to show you some of the real example today as well. Okay. But again, being a professional, we also consider this fundamental news is also a driver in terms of to move the market. Okay. So let's look at the fundamental news. We don't have any high impact news on Monday. We don't have it in even Tuesday. Wednesday, we are expecting data for Aussie dollar. As you can see here, we have a CPI data month by month is coming, looks positive. This one looks positive. We already have seen dollar weaknesses, and the Aussie and Kiwi dollar was amazing trade, guys. So we have this one is also showing positive. So far, this data Wednesday for Aussie dollar is projecting as a positive gesture, but we'll see when the data is going to come. That we're going to look at the price action. So 245 we have like that again. We have a CAD information is coming, BOC monetary policy report. We don't have any data. Statement, we don't have any data. Overnight rates, we have exactly the same. We don't have anything. So Wednesday, we are expecting some nice move on Aussie dollar and the CAD, right? So we also have later on 7 p.m., we have a federal rate. Fund rate is coming. That's the 3.7%, exactly the same. We have FOMC statement and the press conference. Pay attention to detail. During this press conference, we don't initiate any trades. As being a professional, what we do, we have two choices. Number one, we look at before this data, if we can squeeze some trades, that would be nice. If not, then let the data release. After the data release, once the dust is settled down, market is stable, then we jump into the trade. But during this news information, we don't trade. Keep in mind, we are a retail trader, okay? We have a limited access of information. So we follow the market makers, right? So we are not a market makers. That's why I suggest all the retail trader during this news, don't initiate, because the market is going here, suddenly can go down, right? So if market is going down, suddenly can go up. So these kind of behavior expected. In that scenario, always pay attention. The spread is go high, right? And most of the time, brokers even cannot control. So be careful. Thursday, we have an unemployment claim is coming. So far, this data is expecting 202, which is a negative for the dollar. We'll see when the data is going to release. Friday, we have a GDP data month by month is coming. It looks like positive. We have a core PPI month by month, slightly positive, exactly the same. So we can see here Friday probably is going to be CAD and dollar. We're going to be looking into it. So now we have slightly picture that Wednesday we're going to be more focus on the Aussie dollar and Canada CAD, and we'll see if we can squeeze some nice pips before the FOMC statement. Would be nice. If not, then we have to wait for that data release and then we look for the opportunity. I hope that makes sense. So pay attention to detail. All right, so this is what we have the clear, slightly picture of fundamental news is coming. But again, because the dynamics of the economics is completely changing, any statements, from Trump or from other countries can create a volatility. That's why we normally watch the news all the time and pay attention to detail. In MyQFX platform, we have a market sentiment that basically brings that information. Let me share with you guys here. We always pay attention to detail. These kind of information we always help for us. Like these are the, so we pay attention, like for example here, this is another information. We have Atlanta Fed GDP, right? So we get all that information, and this information is coming instantly, and that's basically up to date us as a professional trader. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's look at the analysis now, technical analysis. And I'm sure if you have watched my last week webinar, I have given you certain information, and based on that, the market nicely behaved accordingly. Again, this is not a rocket science. This is all understanding the price action, price behavior, and the price pattern. These are the three major training session I've recorded in MyQFX, YouTube channel. You go and search it. So based on that, if you have seen last week, as I said to you, that the market has given us this false breakout. Based on that, if the price is going to stay above this level, I'm expecting upside. Yeah, this is what we exactly I said to you guys. So what happened? We have impulsive reaction, we have a correction, and after that, the market nicely shoot up. Again, simple, based on the price action. Pay attention to detail. That's always mentioned to my trader. Price broken high, and you can see the price broken and give us the information. And we really enjoy this rally on Friday. If you look at all over analysis on Friday, so just a minute. Friday, we had amazing trade, guys. We had a beautiful, let me open you one analysis just to show you here. Look at here. So this is the live analysis. We had it, we have this beautiful at this level, price nicely developed, and we mentioned look for this breakout, price nicely broken high, price after that, we can shoot up, and then we also mentioned this one. So I hope you should have banked some profit. That was a beautiful trade. We had it on pound dollar. Okay, so what is next here? So you can see here the market open here and then create this and this new auction session analysis. I have done the live analysis. I also mentioned, guys, don't look at for the short, because most of the retail trader, they're thinking when the price is shoot up, now it's going to come down. But professional trader, we don't look at this way. Where the market has developed this move, so we are looking this side move. So the only reason we are waiting for that, we're waiting for certain price action that give us the high probability opportunity for long. This is what we did. So this is what we did. I did analysis, and based on this analysis, you can see here, this is the analysis I did, and I explained in detail. Let me share with you the recording. Okay, so that's you understand that this is the benefit. You can have it if you are joining MyQFX platform. So, okay. Because of the previous price action we had it, so yeah, with this. One second, guys. Analysis. Okay. So technically, I would recommend let the price come up from the support area, which as you can see, previously price respected 3 times here. And let's wait. So today is when the market break above the previous high. So this is the opportunity of early confirmation. So far, if you look at the 4-hour chart, which we had a beautiful breakout after the breakout price retest and give us the confirmation. We had amazing long trade there. And the market open, we can see a push here, and after that, the market is developing consolidation that give me the small push to the upside. Only market behavior is when the market break above the previous high and for moment sustain above this continuation, then look for confirmation for counter. Otherwise, if the price can break, give us the confirm. Okay, so this is, you can see here, this is what we did analysis, and what happened here after that. Based on that, this is what I did analysis live. I explained when the price was about to break. We also announced that the price is breaking up. Price nicely hit to the previous high. We mentioned our trader it's time to bank some profit. So this is what we did, right? So now based on the previous analysis last week, we had this beautiful, long rally. So right now we still see the weaknesses on the dollar, and that's going to be could be any political reason you have seen. And we have seen amazing moves on the gold, which is I'm going to show you in a minute later on. So what we're expecting here. So as always mentioned, that this is what we look at all the time. The basic price action, every time when the price develop an impulsive move, after impulsive, if the price develops some sort of like a correction, slow down, that give us the high probability of continuation to this line. This is a pretty straightforward. Unless if there's a fundamental reason, let's suppose if the price is developing a slow reaction, there's some fundamental reason, that might be a possibility price break. But even when we are looking for short, we always have certain price action. If the price does not behave accordingly, we are not looking a short. We are looking a long. Pretty standard and straightforward. As mentioned in my analysis today, we are looking a long here. And that's what I did this analysis. Price nicely behave, hit to the profit target. Now, what we're looking here. So we have this price, previous high is broken. So this candle is not finished yet. If I see the price refuse to stay above this level and we have this low here. So based on the 4 hour, if the price gonna stay below this level and give us the confirmation, then we are looking at counter opportunity. That's basically is not a trend change. This is the counter opportunity. So how we look at in intraday analysis. So if intraday analysis, this is what we're looking into it. As you have seen based on this analysis, the price is nicely broken and hit to the profit target. So what are we expecting here? So the pretty straightforward, we are expecting basic price action as always. So this point of interest, we are expecting the price should give us the pullback, sign of continuation. But let's suppose if the price does not develop any pullback and develop a false breakout and give us the confirmation, then we are possibility of counter shorted opportunity. That's the way we look at it. Otherwise, we don't, jump into the trade. Pay attention to detail. It's a very, very important. Even today in my live analysis, as mentioned, price develops sideways market. We don't see any clear direction. Every time when the price develop impulsive, after that, if the price develop correction, we're looking at continuation. If that does not happen, we are not interested. So right now, the price has broken this previous high. So what we're looking here is looking another pullback. Pretty straightforward, which is you can see here the price nicely, sorry, the price, what we're looking here is, so what we're looking here, another pullback, pretty standard and straightforward. This is what exactly we're looking at. So if you look at the Euro USD, let's look at the Euro USD now. Okay, Euro USD, even if I show you my live analysis of the Euro USD, this is what I explained to my trader guys. We are not looking at short, we are looking a long. It's pretty straightforward. And the reason behind it, let me share with you guys another recording. I'm not gonna show you all of the 12 pair recording, but you can watch it if you are the MyQFX member. You can see impulsive correction and impulsive. We have this price nicely respected here. We have bullish engulfing candle. We have this nice beautiful long. At the market open, we can see here this is a gap. So far we can see here after this impulsive, if the price is developing a correction, that give you one more push to the upside. As always mentioned, we're going to look at the higher time frame. If we see the price respect this area and develop double bottom, double top here and break this low and give us the confirmation, then we're looking for short here. Otherwise, if you see any pattern is developed for the counter opportunity, then we look for the opportunity. So far, if you look at here, the price has developed some sort of like consolidation. And 230, the best way to look at for us is every time when the price break any structure and give us the confirmation or any pattern break, that's basically based on the market condition. I would recommend that stay away unless you have some confirmation. So based on that, you can see here the price is broken and see any confirmation to the downside. But so far, look at right now, prices develop a consolidation. So based on that, what I'm expecting here is looking for breakout. So I'm going to be looking at a bigger structured breakout. Let's see here, opening bell, probably going to give us some nice opportunities. So if you look at here, the price previously respected these areas. So I would recommend that the price come out from this structure and look for the opportunity accordingly. So, okay. So this is the analysis we did live, and what happened here based on that, you can see here pretty standard and straightforward. Price nicely broken and hit to the profit target, which is I mentioned the previous high. So you can see the price broken this structure and beautiful a long trade is. If you have taken it easily 30-40 pips, you have squeezed it, amazing profit. All right, so now I'm going to show you a few more analysis. So what expecting here? What is the moving forward? What we expecting here? Let's see here. Okay, so this is the 4-hour chart. All the measure against the dollar. We are using a 4-hour chart. All the exotic and yen and the gold, we are using 1-hour chart, right? So as you have seen, even in my last week analysis, as I mentioned that we have false breakout, we were looking along here. Look at the price action. Price always, all the previous price action give us the hint. So we have impulsive correction and impulsive. We have price nicely broken. We have impulsive, and you can see here the price nicely. As mentioned here, we are still looking at continuation to the sign upside, right? So what we're looking here, so we're going to be looking at, keep looking at pullback. And after this impulsive reaction, if the price develop a correction here, this pattern like that, so then I'm looking one more push to the upside. So being an intraday trader, sometimes we also take a counter short trade, but we have some certain pattern, certain reason to look for that. So for example, here, you can see here, as mentioned, we are looking, this previous high was broken. And after that, we are looking at pullback. So any pullback around this level would consider high probability trade, right? So this is what exactly looking here. So let's suppose if the price develop impulsive reaction and fail to sustain above this level, give us the confirmation in intraday. That's what we're looking for short here. This is, by the way, our intraday system, and that give us the high probability opportunities for us. Okay, so today we had an amazing trade based on that. We had very, very amazing trades on the Euro USD and the pound dollar. So I'm going to look at one yen pair, and then I'll go for the gold, and then later on I'm going to go back to the topic, which is going to help you how to define, how to basically plan, look for the opportunities. Okay, so let's look at the yen pair. Yen pair, Friday we had amazing trade, guys. If you look at our analysis, that was a beautiful trade we had. So again, I'm going to keep repeating all that information again and again and again, right? Because this is very important. Pay attention to detail. If you master the basic price action, because the problem with us as a retail trader, because we have a self-doubt. We said less information is not enough. We are keep looking more information, more information. But in trading, more you make simple, more you feel better, and more you find a good trade. So as always mentioned, we have this beautiful, when the price, this market open, I also always mention to my trader, look for another short trade here around this level. So share you guys. So we have this, guys, man. Okay. So we have, if you look at here, the price has broken this low here. And this is what we have, market open, price came back and retest. And what happened? This is broken, price come back and retest, and then short trade here. If you watch my analysis this afternoon, which is, I'm not going to recording show you again, because I mentioned to my trader, look at the previous price action. Previous price action is give us the high probability of future opportunity. As mentioned to my trader, the price nicely respected. And if you look at the candlestick pattern, I've already recorded about the candlestick pattern on MyQFX webinar on the YouTube channel. You can watch it. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure on Thursday, I believe we have another amazing trader who's given us, information about the candlestick pattern. You watch it, and that's going to help you. We basically give the real-time example, real-time information. As mentioned today, recording is there in the YouTube and MyQFX channel. So we explain, you can see the price rejected here and price refused to stay below this level. So this kind of price action is give us the high probability of reversal, right? And that's what we mentioned here. So look for breakout, and what I'm looking for this kind of price action reversal pattern. So what we look at, then we look at the intraday and see what kind of price action is developed. So we had a quite beautiful trades here. Let me share with you guys this one. We had this one pretty straightforward, price nicely broken. Even after the breakout, give us the confirmation. As always mentioned, because same, which is I mentioned here, every time when the price break recent high and low and price retest this level, that's the high probability of continuation. So we have this breakout, price nicely stay within this structure. You can see here, price nicely broken and give us the confirmation. That was the high probability trade we had. Then we did another analysis, which is a pretty straightforward. As you can see here, the price nicely came back here. This is another updated of analysis. We constantly updating that as soon as the price move, right? You can see here the price nicely broken and sign of continuation. Beautiful long trade we had at this one. Beautiful. So this is the way we look at, first of all, and this is, by the way, 1 hour chart. In 1 hour chart, we understand what sort of price action has been developed. And based on that, we look at the intraday. We had amazing intraday system that help us to basically identify all these, high probability trades. Now look at here, basic price action, which is I'm keep repeating and repeating. So you can see here the price nicely broken. After this breakout, price right test. So we have this broken. So mark this line here. Let's see here. You can see a price nicely retest and retest. So respecting it in 1 hour, we already have developed over bias. The price is going up. So here, these are the opportunities we are looking towards to look for the opportunities. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So this is what we're looking at. We had amazing trade, guys. All of them pound yen. We had a beautiful. We also had some of them short trade too. Let me share with you guys. You can see a beautiful breakout. We did all this analysis, and we have another beautiful counter opportunity. We look at the opportunity and we broadcast this pattern. Again, what kind of pattern we have? We have pretty straightforward price nicely. If you look at in detail, price developed low, high is developed, price refused to stay below this level, give us the confirmation. We'll look for this breakout, price nicely broken, and continuation to the upside. This is what we're looking here in intraday in 1 hour, and this is what we're looking here intraday. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's look at the last one. We can look at the gold. Gold over bias is long, as always mentioned, guys. If you watch all of my analysis, we are pretty standard, straightforward, as mentioned to my trader. As long as price does not break any recent low, or after breakout, if the price does not give us the confirmation, we are not looking for short. So another important part of it is because if you look at the what's happening in the global economic situation, and that's basically also create a situation and make an interest to the investors to look for the safe haven, and the goal is more safe haven. As soon as you see some tension develop, as a global political or some of the situation, gold always be bullish, right? So we were expecting, even now, most of the analysts, they are expecting it's going to hit 5,200. We'll see if it's going to hit. Before was 5,000, which is nicely hit. Now we are looking at 5,200. We'll see if that's going to happen. But being an intraday, we also look for short. We also look for the long, because this is a highly volatile instrument. So if you look at here, the last week we had a nice, beautiful long trade here. And let's look at today what we had it. If you look at the price action, we haven't seen any big move. We have seen, you can see a sideways market, right? So even sideways market, if the price gonna break and give us the confirmation, then we are looking a short. And that short, it doesn't mean the trend has changed. That might be because this kind of price reaction what we are expecting here, or this kind of price action. What we're looking here, you can see here the recent high, price nicely respected here. So you can see here, this is previous high, price nicely broken and retest. You can see here the previous high, price broken and retest. So what we're expecting, if we see the counter opportunity, so this is the area of zone where we are looking another push to the upside. That's only if the price is going to break this low here. So we'll see it right now. We don't have any high impact news. Even tomorrow, we don't have any high impact news. Wednesday, we had some good news. But gold is different, right? So anything happen, any statement can create amazing volatility in the gold. So if you look at the intraday, what we're looking at basic price action, no rocket science. Let's look at the analysis today. Let's see here. We have a couple of very good analysis today, which is a pretty straightforward, as mentioned here. What we're looking here, why we have, draw these two lines, because this is all pure price action. You can see here the price respected here, price nicely developed low here, and then price this one high. So while the price is here, we don't have a clear picture. As soon as the price broken, we are looking for this opportunity. Even after that, probably we have another pullback opportunity. You can see here, this is another counter long trade opportunity. So right now, if you look at here, this is the way we look at. Right now, as I said to you guys, gold is a highly volatile instrument. So whenever the price develop high and low, just mark those points. So we have this area, we have marked this line, we have this area. You can see here the price developed this area, so we mark this line. So price nicely broken. We don't initiate this trade. Let the price break and give us the confirmation. And this is the counter opportunity, short opportunity. This is what we're looking here. Then we look at this point of interest. That's what we're looking at, squeeze some profit. That's could be run about. This could be 80, 90 pips if gold is behaving in very nicely and has a more volatile. So this can be a profit. So you can see this, this is the way we look at the price action. And you can see all of them golds. We had a nice, beautiful, we explained all that information, point of interest, price nicely broken. And then after that, we have another beautiful, we have a lot of analysis and well-developed point of interest, price break. And, simple as that, when the price come out from this structure, it creates another opportunity. This is another analysis we did. And this is, by the way, I did, a recording is there in live analysis. As mentioned here, 2 p.m. That was my analysis, as explained. The price developed low, high. We also price reverses. This is we call a Smithy triangle pattern that give us an indecision pattern. So we can see here the price nicely came out from this one. Now we know the price is going up. So any pullback would consider high probability trades. That was a beautiful trade here. So guys, this is gold. Gold, as I said to you, our bias is still low, but it doesn't matter what the analyst is saying. It doesn't matter what the news is saying. What we trade, what we see it. Simple as that. keep in mind, keep things simple, understand the price action, price behavior, price pattern, and then basically plan your trade and look for the opportunity accordingly. That's why in our platform and MyQFX platform, you can practice it. You can develop your, knowledge based on the top of the, based on the all the analysis. You can practice at the same time. Once you develop your skill set, then you have the opportunities to basically open a live account with the QBN Global, and then you can trade directly through MyQFX platform. Okay, so I'm happy to take some questions, and after that, I'm gonna go back to the topic which we have mentioned in WhatsApp, so I can give you a little bit information about that. Any questions? No questions?
There's nothing in the chat, but I'm going to open up the chat too as well, so that if anybody puts, the group chat is open, if anybody wants to pop in a question.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the, I'm gonna still looking any questions comes, and definitely I will answer. Okay.
Just a comment, it says the all lessons are in English, question mark. Yes, they are, Victor, in English, but the recordings get translated into Spanish and then they get uploaded. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right. So let's talk about the, despite all the amazing analysis and despite all the training material, why still traders lose money? This is the big question, right? And let me tell you, before jumping into this industry, I did my own research with the usability, First of all, what I did my research and everything, I did not research how to make profit. I did research why the people are losing money, because the thing is, even though we have, amazing training materials and everything, still, people still cannot make money and traders still losing money. So who's making money, right? Or who is basically taking a benefit from all that information we provided? For me, most of the time when the education and training comes and coaching and training, I train more people not about their trading for the personal development, because the trading is all about emotions, right? And the discipline, patience and discipline. Unfortunately, we are living in a world where basically we have instant gratification, plus we don't have a patient, right? We don't have a discipline, and that's the key important thing in a trading. But now you can practice, how are you going to identify that your decisions are wrong and what you have done wrong and what you have missed it and why you have missed it. There must be some accountability system in place that's going to help you to identify whether you have a discipline problem, whether you have an emotional problem, and whether you have a psychological problem, right? So whether you have a risk management problem or trade. That we have to provide all the accurate information as much as we can, right? So the traders who is practicing it, they will identify, they can accountable themselves that why they have missed this opportunity at that time, what they were doing it, right? So like give you an example here, let's look at this pound dollar example. I give it to you why we had this, even though I have recorded, I mentioned to break out this opportunity. And let's suppose if you are trading this pound dollar and with once the target hit, my analyst is watching and telling them it's time to consider banking some profit. So if you are trading this pound dollar, and if you have seen this analysis live, and if you have seen these updates, then the question is, did you take that trade, right? Why did you take that trade? Let's suppose sometime trader comes and instead of opening a position here, they open a position here and the price comes down a little bit. They get emotional, they get out from loss. Even though we have the analysis consider banking some profit, but they're no banking profit. Why? So the thing is, instead of finding the challenges and problem in the system, ask yourself, because this is the most important part of it. Because the trading, how we organize it, how the professional basically plan it. Like today, I wasn't active in terms of trading. Number one is the Monday, first trading day of the week, because I've seen the market has developed this impulsive move after impulsive, because there is no news that's going to create another impulsive move. So it's going to be a small consolidation. So I said to my trader in the morning, I said, just ignore it. Just come to the New York session. We'll see some one push, and after that, the market is going to quite. Why? Because we study all that price action, which is we explain to trader live. So based on that, as a professional trader, we look at, okay, there might be a quiet market today because there's no fundamental news is coming. Market is a previously already developed impulsive reaction. There is no as such event, or there's no as such things which can create impulsive move today. So what happened here? This is all London session. You can see here in the morning until New York session. You can see the time, which is 2 p.m. So during this time, if I'm watching here and I'm jumping into the trade and taking this breakout, I'm going to keep losing it, right? So it's all about, this is the system. Based on that, you have to plan your own system. So you need to understand the basics of the price movement, what time the price is going to move, and when you will see the price has developed this impulsive reaction and there's a reason behind fundamental, and the price is moving in this direction, then don't miss that opportunity. Some of the traders, basically professionals, when they find these kind of opportunities, they take the maximum opportunity and they take amazing profit. When the market is slow, they just avoid it, they don't jump into the trade. Retail traders, basically, as always mentioned to my trader, through recording and everything, you cannot trade when you want to trade. You can only trade when there is a trade. So you have to be patient. You have to be wait for that. And as always mentioned to all of my traders, if somebody wants to test his patience, that person needs to start trading. We'll find out how patient he is. So for me to tell you, okay, it's very straightforward. Price nicely broken, previous high, and it's gonna retest. When this is gonna happen, we don't know it. But when this is gonna happen, that's why the MyQFX platform, we do twice a day analysis. We do 7:30 a.m. London time and the 2 p.m. London time just before the opening bell. We do 4-hour analysis, yeah, and we explain, and then we wait and we do all this intraday analysis. So the most important thing is, if you are trading it, you need to define your lifestyle. You need to understand the industry. You need to understand when there is going to be opportunity, and you need to align it. When we are trading as a professional, when we are trading, we don't basically anticipate any other activities, not even in the phone, to be honest. All our phone is mute. We don't, because we need to basically, as always mentioned to my trader, you need to respect this job. And if you're going to respect it, you will get respect back in returns to the profit. So even though we have amazing analysis, most of the traders lose money because of the patience, because of the discipline. And that's what happened. Then they're trying to, accuse the system, accuse the analysis. But we don't take that as accuse, because we already mentioned, if you have the record, how are you going to justify to us that this is the live analysis I mentioned that is going to be breakout, is breakout happen and we're seeing a considered profit. If you're not there at that time, so how are you going to make profit? And if you open a position and suddenly you make a 5-10 pips profit and you close it, and you did not take the maximum benefit. So it's not about the system, it's all about the personality. So this is very, very important in the trading. If you get more information, as I always mention to my traders, more information is also destruction. Keep it simple, make it simple, and trade it simple. And if you don't understand it, just follow our analysis and practice it and see how the result. The most important thing is not about the strategy, is not about the system. It's all about the personality. So in trading, that's why we're not doing analysis Why we do analysis 7:30? Why we do analysis 2 p.m.? This is the question. 7:30 because 8 o'clock London Exchange open, and London open create big volume in the market, right? And 2 p.m. when we open it because 2:30, which is opening bell, New York Exchange open, because after the exchange open we have all the market makers, they are basically come into the market, and then we look for the opportunity. And that's basically, by the way, is my favorite time. I hope that makes sense. So within the, as a part of the MyQFX member, how you can build your discipline and the trading, the most important thing is you need to find which part of the world you are living into it, and what time there's the opportunities is coming, and then you need to practice into it and find on. And another more important thing is, as always mentioned to my trader, that you should not be trading all these 12 major currency pair. You just focus on the one or two pair, and if you can squeeze every day 30-40 pips, and that's more than enough. So that's the most important thing is, so it's all about the personality, it's all about understanding it, and then align your personality and knowledge according to the price movement, according to the market movement, and then you can take the maximum benefit. I hope that makes sense. Every time when you do an intraday analysis, always pay attention to the high time frame, because this is what give us the direction. So here I can give you a lot of reason to it. When we have this impulsive move, false breakout, so we already develop our mindset, our bias, the price is going to go up. Then we look at here in intraday. We look at here in intraday. Let's see here if there's anything long opportunity coming, yes or no. And then we look at what analyst is saying it right now, and if the analyst is saying something which help our bias, then we look for the opportunity. So you have to be well disciplined. You have to be organized, and you need to align yourself with the market. I hope that makes sense. All right. So any other questions? I'm going to take more questions now if you have it. But if you open an account with the QBN Global guys and you have one-to-one session, I can give you more in-depth information. I can help you to build a discipline plan. That's why in one coaching and training, that's what we do most of time. I help people to build their plan based on their lifestyle. Most of the basic information we already covered in MyQFX. We have a QMind. We have all the basic information about the trading is given in QMind. The key important thing is, as always mentioned, it's a live, real time. And that's why we, in MyQFX, we do real time analysis. And that's what I believe, that in real time you practice, you make mistake, you learn it, and you develop it, right? Otherwise, I can give you a lot of nice lectures, a lot of nice PDF. I can give you a lot of theory, but that's not going to help. But the most important thing is practice in real time. And every time when you open a position, you know why you open it. And we have, let me give you some test here, show you why exactly I'm emphasis to the MyQFX. So for example, let's suppose if I want to open any position here, let's talk about practice and goal, right? So let's say, I want to, the price is going up and price is going down. So let's suppose if I'm going to be taking a position here, whatever position let's suppose if I want to take a long trade here, I open a long trade here, and let's suppose this is the trade is been open, and if I make a 4-5 pips, let's suppose if I close this one 6-7-9-2 pips, I close my trade here. The best thing which is mostly trader loved it, and let me share to you information here, is this PNL. When you click on this PNL, you can see here this positions open. When you click on this one, icon, you can see here that's the place area you open a position, right? And then you can then verify your position, whether you have made a right decision or a wrong decision, right? So we have accountability system here. Every time when you open a position system, take the screenshot. You can verify your position. If you want to open a position here, let's suppose you can open, then we have like 200 pips, right? So if I want to open a position here, let's suppose if I want to open, let's say 50 pips, right? Stop loss, say sell traders here. One, regular. Now if I'm gonna open another one, system will not let me open it. Why? Because all of my stop loss has been, is used. So in order for me, and that's help us, the traders, to be a discipline, not to lose too many positions, right? And then you can see here, the trade is going in my favor. And question is why I open a short trade here, which is I'm going to share with you guys. And now let me bank some pips here live, and then I'm going to show you why I open a short trade here, why I'm not long. Okay, let me explain to you here. This is again the basic price action. What happened here? Again, what I was looking short here. This is a pretty straightforward. This, can you see this one, the price action here? Price nicely broken. So I would recommend the price gonna go a little bit down, at least this level. Yeah. So this is pure price action. This is not a rocket science, which is I'm keep repeating same thing in the webinar, most of time. So yeah. So this is what we're expecting. Technically, the bias is long here. And let's look at the PNL now. So you can see here, 102 pips. Let's look at the here. If I click on this one, you can see here, this is my open position, and this is the price came by and close position. This is called a scalping trade here. That's a part of the training again, guys. So you can see here, we have this. If my trade is wrong, I can go here and I can see here why my trade is going against me, why I made a losses here. I can also add my own comments here. This, if my trade is going emotional, wrong, news trading, other, right? So I can see other scalping trading, right? So I can see, okay, this is my scalping trade. Yeah, I can post it. So I can mark each of my trade. Okay, this is good, this is bad, so you build basically in MyQFX, you can build your own confidence just to keep practicing it, and build your knowledge at the same time. Top of that, you can see all the analysis, and based on that, you can practice and build your knowledge. I hope that makes sense. Okay, any other questions?
I just got a comment, Rajat Gupta, saying, hope to be starting soon with your platform. And I had an observation I thought I'd share. When you click on the currency pairs, you can also see the MO snapshots of analysis, and you can also go to trade view and see that as well. So
Absolutely.
that's also built into the system, if I'm correct
Absolutely.
there, Ashraf.
Yeah, yeah,
Learning.
perfect. I can show them, no problem. Just
Yeah.
give me
I
one
mean,
second.
I found that quite fascinating to be able to see that.
Okay, because the reason why I'm saying it, because most of the trader when they come over, this chart is very slow. We are used to with the trading view. I said, okay, we have this action here, TV. Now let me explain to you here. We have this option here, TV. We have this option here as a TV. So if you don't understand this price action, just go into TV, and then you basically we have a 5 minutes, and here we have a 4 hour chart. You can change whatever color you want it, and you can basically even trade from here too. You can open a position from here too, right? So there is no excuse not to make a pips in nutshell, right? And even though we had amazing feature of template, which most of the platform don't have it. So if you go to workplace, so for example, if I'm watching only 12 pairs or 6 pairs, let's suppose if I'm watching only 6 pairs and I don't like this, thing, I want to go trading view, you just go and click on the trading view. You can switch all the pairs in trading view, right? And if you want to make it bigger, just click on this L. It's going to make it bigger. You can do your own analysis, right? So then you can cross this button here, So
I'm going to ask one last thing.
yeah,
This is me learning, guys. That's why I'm asking. How can I connect now? If I've got a Cubian Global account, how do I connect my QFX to that so that I can start pulling real trades?
perfect. So you can see here, this is the MT5 sign here.
Yep.
The top, you have to click on this one. First of all, when you go to the Cubian Global, you open an account. When you're opening an account, you should select MyQFX. It's very important, right? When you click on the MyQFX, then you will give an account number, right? And the password you will email to you. Then you need to deposit some amount
Hmm.
to the MyQFX live account. Once you've done it, come here, just click on the My MT5, Yeah, and then you can put your account number here, you can put your password, and you can put your lot size, which lot size you're doing, yeah, and then active and then save, right?
Perfect.
So once you've done it, let's suppose if you have a 4 or 5 account, you can, add as many as you want it. Yeah, and then you can select and you can select the lot size so you can trade it. So click on open MT5 account, pretty straightforward. You go there, open an account. Once you open an account, MyQFX, then come here and put the account number and you can trade. So
Yeah,
every
I
time,
already have.
yeah,
I have a Cuban Global account, so I'll go back and check. And I have a comment from Jet Li, another great session. Feels like a glossy trading dashboard. Very sleek, professional, and impressive at first glance. And Dr. K says, Dr. Jet needs to start with you, Ashraf.
yeah, sure, no problem. The thing is, like, to be honest, I'm more than happy to help you guys build as a trading community. And that's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose. QBN is just all about the community, right? Helping each other. My job is to basically show you the trades. Even people who come to the joining as a trader, I share them a lot of information. So for example, if you're trading a certain pair, I tell the guys, don't miss this opportunity today. Don't trade these things. So we build our community, and this is the platform basically where I can guide you, I can coach you, or at the same time, you can learn it and you can basically see it, what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right, and then focus on the right things and always had a winning situation. And even if we open $1,000 of account and you trade with a 10 cent, you know and if you're making a progress, that's going to build the confidence. And once you build the confidence, and then end up trading a big account. So that's the whole purpose, to help you guys to build a good community of trading community. Now we have everything. We have a platform, we have a training sessions, a lot of other amazing traders is giving you a lot of information about the trading. Plus we have our own globe brokerage service in house. So we have amazing support, we have amazing these kind of webinars. We are running it because the price action which is I'm teaching you, trust me, you will not find that kind of information anywhere in the YouTube, because we are teaching with the live market. I hope that makes sense. Any other question, guys?
Jet Li, I can see your hand raised. Is it? I did ask you to unmute. I think you should be able to if it is genuinely a hand raise. Let me know in the chat if you can, because I've given the option to be able to unmute. You should be able to now. Unless um unless it was a mistake.
Okay.
I'm not
All
sure.
right, guys. That's it for now. We have a 1 minute to finish. I'm trying to finish on time.
No, that's great. I think Dr. K. I'm not sure if Dr. Jet Li was going to ask a question or his hand was raised by accident, but we
Okay.
asked.
No, it was just accident.
Okay.
Well, I think I told him we better start.
He goes just a Misty. Right. I think we're on time then, Ashraf. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's all right. You're welcome. All right, guys. That's it. And all the best. Have a nice week. And until next time, take care, guys. Bye bye.